Hello guys, this is Octavius with North American Archery. Thank you so much for tuning into our channel. Today, when I was out here shooting my recurve, I started to think maybe I should do a video on actually why I'm shooting the recurve today than my stalker stick bow I've been hunting with this entire season. Well, I've got this bow for my birthday about a year ago, and I've never killed any animals with it. I've been 3D shooting with it. I've messed around in the backyard with it, went around and stump shot with it, but I've never killed any animal, small game or big, with this bow. So I decided to take it out this weekend and go hunting with it. This is a 59 Kodiak by Bear Archery. You can see it has the purple heart on it. You can see it has a brown glass on it and has that leather grip that I kept on it. And I've only had this for a year, right? And my wife got it for my birthday. She's such a blessing to me. Selway quiver that came with it because I got it secondhand. I got it off eBay for a good price. They don't make the brown glass anymore. I know, right? They've changed it over the years. I think it's a green glass now, but this is the original setup they've had in 1959. So it's a beautiful bow. I got several reviews on the channel concerning this bow. Also, my arrows I got in this particular quiver right now are the Easton Camo Hunters. You can't get more nostalgic than that. And I got a 4-inch fletching on it, standard green knock. Probably gonna get Illuminox and put them in there so I can see the arrow in low light situations. So right now I only have a 150 grain field tip in it, 100 grain insert, okay? And my 4-inch feathers, standard knock, standard insert in the back for the knock itself. Whole grains on this, or the weight of this arrow, is 630 grains out of a 60-pound recurve. I got my 10 grains per pound. I like a flat shooting arrow. I don't want to be dropping. I want a flat shooting arrow out to about 30-35 yards, and this for sure can do that. So that's why I always go 10 grains per pound, and that's it, and get some good FOC on the front, and I'm ready to go. So I'm out here shooting this bow, and I got to thinking, I need to tell them why I'm doing that. I gotta make sure I shoot this bow in the elements. It's cold out, the snow on the ground. It's starting to melt a little bit, but it was cold this morning when I was shooting. So you want to still get out, especially if you're going to get up in the morning the next day. You want to make sure you shoot your equipment, make sure everything is working right, especially when it's been hanging on the bow rack for a very long time. Even if you're an experienced shooter like myself, you want to make sure that if you're switching from bow to bow, you know that this setup's ready to go. I only got 3 arrows left. I used to have many more of these Easton Camo Hunters, but I've broken them, I've bent them, I've messed around and lost some of them when I was 3D shooting. So I only have 3 left. So a couple nights ago, I fleshed up the arrows, got it ready to go. I've been out one time with this bow, hunting with it. It was maybe a couple weeks ago. I went out to try to shoot a doe. Didn't see any does. All I saw was bucks that day. So I still haven't got any animals with this bow. So I'm very excited to see if I can do that in the next couple of weeks. So coming out in the elements, getting used to shooting this bow and all that, I noticed that the knocking point wasn't set correctly. I know why, because I used to shoot this particular bow knocking above the knock, because I used to grab an arrow out of the back quiver and go right on top of the actual knock and then rotate my hand and shoot. Very old school, like an Art Young or a Howard Hill, or like other guys that would do that, okay? So they never knocked below the knock. They always knocked above it because they used a back quiver, okay? And they wanted to shoot really quick, especially shooting grouse and shooting pheasants and shooting deer when they were spotting stalking. So I had that set up for that, but I shot a couple shots and it was just coming off the shelf such at a weird angle, all the arrows. And I noticed, not the first time I had the bow out, I noticed this time that I wasn't knocking correctly far as where the knocking point's at. So I went in there in the house, I cut that knock off, I put the knocking point on so I can knock below, and now I'm ready to go, right? So I caught that because I took it back off the rack. Let me double check a few things and see how I'm shooting. Also, another reason why you want to take your bow if you out and shoot it, even if you think that you are ready to go, is the thing is that I noticed that it shot a little bit differently than my soccer stick bow. A lot of you might say, well, yeah, it will. But some of us make that mistake that, oh, the poundage is the same, the arrows are about the same grain, I should be all right. Not necessarily. This bow shoots completely different than the soccer stick bow I got on there on the bow rack. So coming out here for about 30 minutes, shooting groups, making sure I know how it feels to hold this bow, go through my motions in my mind of how I would set up on that deer, how am I gonna make my shot, going through my shot process with this in my hand, it's going to make me successful in a pressure situation. I don't want to be caught with my pants down. I want to be caught ready to go to perform when it matters the most. But sometimes I didn't do that. I've taken bows off the rack and said, I'm just gonna go out deer hunting and see if I can get another deer today. And literally the bow might be 40 pounds and I'm like, okay, I'll shoot a few arrows. When I get out there, I'll be ready to go. I wasn't. And I would miss the deer, I would wound them. I did all these things way back when I first started doing traditional archery. So now I take it seriously. I want to make sure I make the most ethical shot. I want to make sure I'm ready to go when it matters the most. I want to make sure I'm in a situation that situationally, I know I'm ready. That's why I always say you don't have to get ready when you stay ready. So even though I know this bow pretty well, I caught a few things immediately by just taking the time this morning, even though it was a little cold, to shoot the bow, to be comfortable with it, because I'm going to put it in the truck and keep it in there all week. Have it strong, and when I get off of work, I'm going to try to see if I can get a couple more deer here late this deer season. I've already tagged out on my bucks, other than I got another buck tag that I can probably fill here shortly, but most of the areas that I have permission to hunt, I can only go with this bow to shoot does. So I'm ready to go. I love deer hunting and I'm looking forward to it. But I just want to give you a couple pointers. Make sure you know your equipment. Make sure you check your equipment throughout the season. If you're switching bows, make sure you take a couple shots with it, making sure you're comfortable with it, understand it's going to shoot different. Make sure everything's ready to go. Check your string, put some wax on it. Just get it ready to go, because what happens is sometimes we don't and we're not ready to go. So guys, I'm going to take a couple more shots. I'm going to go inside, get warmed up, eat some leftovers from Thanksgiving. But I just wanted to do a video on what I do when I take a bow off the rack that I haven't shot in a while and I'm getting ready to go hunting with it, and how I get prepared. Hope you liked the video. Thank you for your likes and subscriptions. Continue to turn on your post notifications. And I want you to remember this: you don't have to get ready when you stay ready. All right, guys, we'll see you later.